tumekuheshimu wewe, tumeagree, umesema 60 days.
The nullification of the re-election of incumbent President Uhuru Kenyatta by Kenya's Supreme Court is still a hot topic of discussion locally and globally. According to Abdu Katuntu, a lawyer and politician, the ruling by Kenya's highest court is exceptional and inspirational.
And you need to read that report of the experts, because they clearly bring out issues that have really impacted on the integrity. How strangers got into the IEBC system, how they deleted the files, how many forms were 34As and 34Bs were manipulated, how many results that were transmitted to the IBC servers and somehow they were deleted, changing of signatures. They really did an analysis, what you would call a forensic, and that forensic was the killer to the Uhuru case.
In a continent where the judiciary is known to be in bed with the executive, Kenya's Supreme Court ruling has offered a potent display of judicial independence and boosted the image of Kenya's judicial system, says Nancy Namfuka, a practicing lawyer.
That yes, everything can be done and we could be hopeless, but we are not as pathetic as that. And out there, one or two people can change the narrative of our countries. And for me, that is why I am so happy, and this made my weekend. But what is I'd like to agree with Abdu, what he said about the Kenyan election, about what turned this. It was the issue of the integrity of the election. Having said that, if you raised integrity of the election in Rwanda or Uganda, would you win? You see, because at the end of the day, this is politics. All the way to the Supreme Court. Even the Supreme Court is politics. The politics of the situation is such that Raila Odinga has been the best opposition leader in the region. He has called the government to boot, he has exposed the government, and he prepared well and learned from the mistakes in the past. So what did he do? He did not play that substantiality card. Yes, it was raised, it was dealt with, but you're always going to lose on substantiality, especially when you don't have a proper forensics audit.
Her statements are re-echoed by Robert Chirunda, a lawyer, and Ofono Opondo, Uganda government's spokesperson.
The cherry on the icing was the opinion of the independent experts on ICT. The court went out of its way and got two experts, brought them in, they did their analysis with the supervision of the registrar. The court received that report, and I would dare say that those experts and their detailed report on what happened at the servers, who got in, when, how many times, really gave the court a cogent basis to say, you know what, this election is impunged of integrity, even if we can't blame President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta.
I think this time, Royalers, NASA did better preparation, and they were then aided by the rules of court, which the court adopted this time, the issue of integrity, what the Chief Justice there, Maraga, called fidelity to the Constitution.
Clean bill of health given by the international election observers was on the spotlight on the Capital Gang radio program. After the vote, the observers were quick to praise IEBC, saying there was no evidence that the votes had been tampered with at polling stations and that the paper forms would show clearly who had won.
How can you say that the UN mission, the AU, the Commonwealth, Ligad, everybody was saying everything was okay. This process passed the integrity test, it is the best. And the Kenyans themselves are saying, excuse us, thank you very much, but let us sort out our problems. There is a problem here.
With technology, election observing has to change. It's all good to make sure the lines, the queues, and the people were not beaten up. And I think in Africa, we still need them to do that role. But at a certain point, if they are to continue to be relevant, they've got now to get foreign observer, forensic auditors to come in and check with the technology.
Kenya's Supreme Court nullified on Friday the re-election of Uhuru Kenyatta, ordering a new vote to be held within 60 days. The nullification was based on significant proof that the vote had been electronically manipulated to assure a victory to the incumbent President Kenyatta. Dennis Igoa for UBC News.